What's going on? This 415 Boxing back with a video. Um, you know, Anthony Joshua, he shouldn't even be talking about Deontay Wilder at this point to me. Uh, he should worry more about Joseph Parker. He ain't really fighting no bum in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Parker is a very skillful fighter who has the capabilities to upset uh, Anthony Joshua. Um, but it seems, he's more worried about Deontay Wilder when he really should be concentrating more on um, Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker, I know he's not favored in this fight, but I've heard some people agree with this as far as they wouldn't be surprised if he was to upset um, Anthony Joshua because he's a skillful fighter. But it's not really a surprise that Anthony Joshua is favored in this fight. He's the bigger name. He's the fighter that's supposed to win. But that's why I say sometimes like boxing, is bullshit. Like especially a lot of these channels, because it's like you know, it's almost like he gonna win due to the fact all the shit they talking about with Anthony Joshua and Wilder, and it's like how much of a chance does Joseph Parker have? Like to me, I think he has a good chance to win the fight because I think he's a more skillful fighter than Joshua, but he's smaller, not that much smaller, but he is smaller, and I do believe Joshua packs the bigger punch, and I mean you look at the fight. What was it? The weekend before last with what's the nigga name? Ortiz and Wilder. I mean, I thought Wilder was losing the fight. Pretty much almost all the rounds, but like I said, they heavyweights, they punch, and he knocked him down what 3 times, and the last knockdown he got him out of there. But to me, he was really like losing the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? That could possibly happen in the Joseph Parker fight. I really don't know how strong Joseph Parker chin is. He is a top-notch heavyweight, and I am looking forward to the fight between him and Anthony Joshua. But as far as now, man, why would you even worry about what motherfuckers got to say about you versus Deontay Wilder when you got unfinished business? Unfinished business. You know what I'm saying? You got a big fight, a big marquee fight, one of the biggest fights this year coming up versus Joseph Parker. Now, personally, I don't think he's afraid of Deontay Wilder. I think he wants to show Wilder he is the A side, he is the bigger draw. Therefore, he kind of dismisses um, the what's his name, Deontay Wilder. And Wilder, he never shuts up. He talks his shit, and you got a lot of people that get hyped off that. But me, boxing is very corrupt, but at the same time, I have a let's wait and see process. You know what I'm saying? I want to see exactly what happens because I don't think he's afraid of Wilder. I mean, the only thing he would have to be mindful in a fight versus Wilder is Wilder's power, because Wilder really don't. I mean, he really ain't the most skillful heavyweight, but he probably punched the hardest out of all the heavyweights. And you know what? You do give him credit for coming out of that seventh round versus Luis Ortiz. Ortiz is a heavyweight that I like, but he couldn't finish the job when he had him hurt. He couldn't even. As a matter of fact, he didn't even knock him down. You know what I mean? But you give Wilder credit for coming back and finishing him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I thought Wilder was losing that fight, but he ended up winning because he knocked him out. And when you knock somebody out, you can't really question whether somebody lost the fight or not because he knocked Luis Ortiz out. You know what I mean? But my point is, Joshua, you should like not concentrate on this dude and worry about the guy that you're fighting because Joseph Parker ain't no joke, man. This is a bona fide, legitimate fight, you know. And if you get too distracted, you could fuck around and lose this fight. This is not the type of fighter you want to be distracted. You know, you need to like pay attention to Joseph Parker because he's coming. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck Wilder. You know what I'm saying? You worry about Wilder after this fight, but you know these are boxers and they have egos. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, man. But looking forward to the fight at the end of the month. Joseph Parker versus Anthony Joshua. Um, Either way it go, whoever wins that fight, they need to fight Deontay Wilder. Uh, I know casuals would want to see Anthony Joshua and hardcores, but people know. I mean, people know who Joseph Parker is, but I think as far as casual boxing fans are concerned, they know who Anthony Joshua is more to me. You know what I mean? Parker is not nearly as talked about as AJ is. You know what I mean? But he definitely has a chance to beat AJ if AJ ain't on his game. If he's fucking distracted by all these, different people whispering shit in his ear, all these different videos with the notion of that you're afraid. You might go in there and get off your game plan and do something stupid and get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to stick to the script, man. No new lines. Thanks for listening. 415 Boxing. Subscribe.